She opens her mouth with wisdom, and her tongue is a law of kindness. This is how Proverbs describe the God kind of woman. Are you that kind of woman? This is the 10 laws of build her. And this law is a law of influence. The law of influence is saying that influence is not number of followers. Influence is not following. Influence is not having huge and numbers of platforms, right? Influence is when the substance of who you are begins to shape the world around you. That is influence. So you must stay still and ask yourself, am I shaping the world around me positively? Am I influencing people? It is when your presence begins to change the atmospheres of room. It is when your life becomes a reference point to what is possible. So is your life a reference point of what is possible? That when you step into a room, your presence inspires action. Just like salt. So the Lord was not, and I always say this, identity is not poetic. When they say, who are you? And you begin to list, oh, I'm the light of the world. Yes, but are you reflecting all of these things? You're the light of the world. Are you truly shining? You're the salt of the earth. Are you adding a taste that is different? Are you preserving a generation? Is your presence preserving a generation? Because that is what salt does. Salt preserves. Salt influences what is around it. Salt kills cancerous cells. So when you get into a system, you get into a place, you enter a room, you are influencing things. Nothing bad happens around there. Why? Because you are there. So a woman, a God kind of woman, is a woman who is influential. And influence is not first about money. Influence is in your words. The Bible says that when she opens her mouth with wisdom, her tongue also has kindness in it. How do you speak to people? Do you open your mouth, and once you speak, people around you are intimidated, people around you are shy, people around you are timid, people around you are shrinking? Then you are not an influential woman. Because if you speak to people and people feel less of themselves, then you've lost your whole essence. You've lost your whole essence, because the Bible says that if a salt loses its taste and its value, it should be trampled on the road. It should be thrown away. So you're as valuable as the words that come out of your mouth. As a matter of fact, influence begins in your speech. Influence begins in when somebody is down, can they call you? And then they have hope, their heart is lifted. Can somebody pick phone and like, oh, I'm down, I'm depressed, oh, something happened with me, and they are lifted, there's so much joy in their heart. Then you are a woman of influence. You're a woman of influence. Because our tongue is like a sword. It's not until we pick up a knife and we begin to slice somebody that you know you've murdered somebody, right? Murder begins with our words, the tongue, your word, what comes out of your mouth. Just like the salt in your kitchen, when you add salt into your pot of soup, it transforms that soup. It changes it from something bad to what? To something tasty. So your presence must bring beautiful taste to people around you. So the